Okay, welcome to 24 hour, 28 miles, 48 minutes, 236 watt hours per mile. Temperature is 91 degrees. Okay, I'm parked in the shade right now, but whatever. So we go, there's that part. Over the last 5 miles, 168. Wow. Okay. So, mostly pretty good. Mostly. Coming up on the Texaco station on Loman Ford, there's a truck pulling a trailer, turning right into the station. I guess he has to fill up, maybe. Anyway, for some reason, we're approaching him a little too fast. Brake on, FSD off. I don't know. I mean, his brakes are on. He's slowing. He's obviously slowing down, and FSD didn't have a reaction. I don't know. On the other hand, maybe he was busy thinking about the fact that there were a few little sprinkles, and he was trying to add up the number of windshield swipes. For what? To declare that FSD may be degraded. In a light sprinkle, I mean, almost nothing in terms of moisture on windshield. And you're going to declare FSD. On the other hand, based upon the fact I had to do a brake on FSD off, maybe you're right. Maybe you may be degraded. You might be. That was a little scary. Okay, coming up on Loman Ford to turn right on to 1431. We just missed a traffic light, so we're at the red. Looking, and the cars coming up from the west, they have the green light. They're going. So there's a line of cars coming by. FSD keeps inching. Brake on FSD off. No, let's wait for these cars to go by before we go. Just an idea. I mean, you used to be able to do this. Even with version 11.3.6, right? You could do that. But like I said, maybe you're too busy thinking about the fact that you want to put up your FSD may be degraded message. Oh! So caught up in that you forget to drive. Okay, whatever. I think from here until we get on to Anderson Mill, no, there's no interventions, not anything. Okay, pretty good. Going down Anderson Mill as we start approaching Research or 183, FSD has the idea, hey, let's move in the left lane, let's go by the slow-moving car that's in front of me. Well, yeah, you should have done that before, but I'm glad you're finally thinking about it. He turns on his turn signal, and then as he starts moving out of the lane, he goes, wait, I'm moving out of the lane. Turns off turn signal, moves and centers again. Do what? It was a good idea to go past that slowpoke car. And all of a sudden you're going, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Brake on FSD off, move the car myself. Let's get it done. Come on, dude. Okay, whatever. Of course, one of the dangers of getting in the inside lane is you may not have room to get back to the outside lane. Now, there's always certainly some spot if you're paying attention. And sure enough, FSD does find such a spot. Okay, we're good. Actually, for some, today's traffic is relatively light. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I know school's out, but we're in the middle of June already, so it's been out for a while. But for some reason, traffic's just lighter. Maybe everybody's freaking out about the approaching tropical storm, which isn't going to hit us anyway. It's going to hit Mexico. But I don't know. Get up on the highway, no problems whatsoever. for some reason he stays in the outside lane, which actually I prefer at this point. Let's just stay here. So all good. Eventually, a lift car comes by, and FSD, hey, wait, that guy's going slower than us, and he just passed us. Well, you want to stay behind the slow-moving vehicles. That's why we're going slower. Oh, okay, I need to get over. It might be a good idea. And sure enough, he gets over into the middle lane, and after a while, he starts saying, I want to get into the inside lane. No, I don't want to get in the inside lane. This is good enough. Okay? I did a brake on and see off. Oh, well, I was having a hard time getting the right sequence of pressing the turn signal stalk to cancel the turn, to cancel the lane shift, because FSD really wants to go in the inside lane. Why? So he can follow another vehicle that's going not the speed limit. Well, some cars further ahead are taking off. You have to be in the right spot, and you're not going to be in the right spot, so you're not going to be able to do anything with it. So don't go. Besides, we're almost to our exit. Anyway, around this area, about 2 miles out, we suddenly go from 3 lanes to 4 lanes. So some construction has taken place, or has had an impact on us. But FSD seems like he's getting confused because his map data doesn't agree with the lane lines. I don't know if that's what it is, but FSD is definitely a little bit confused here. Okay? Brake on, FSD off. I'll take it from here. It's getting a little too much for you. You're overwhelmed. Okay. No problem. I mean, I don't know what point does it get better, but we'll see. I mean, I don't think I would have trusted Robotaxi with this. Actually, that is what my actions are. I didn't trust FSD with it. Okay. I also mean, well, no, I turn on FSD just as we're about to hit the exit. Okay. As we come out, there's a pickup pulling out from the Randalls, and I'm in the middle lane, right? So I've left him a lane open that he can get into, but I think he wanted to cut in front of me. So he's kind of moving around like as if he wants to say, I'm driving a Texas truck, get out of the way. That's how he's driving. Okay? And guess what? I'm ignoring you. I don't care. But whatever. FSD off, because FSD will go like, oh, you poor dear. Oh, you need to get over. Let me move out of the way because you're a dumb Texan truck who doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, there are other ways to pull out of Randall's that would have avoided this traffic spot. This is a heavy traffic spot, even on light traffic days like today. So you know when you come up there, you're going to have problems getting out. It's obvious. Okay, whatever. Leave FSD off until we turn into the private drive leading up to 24 hour. As I turn in, I find that there's an UPS truck who had to back into a parking space. He's blocking my lane. What was the point of backing into your parking space if you weren't going to get out of the way? If somebody from UPS wants to explain how that works, yeah, you can't. He shouldn't have done it. He should have parked somewhere else where it had been less burdensome. More respective of the environment that he's operating in. Okay? And what's he doing? He's going to steak lunch? I don't know, whatever. It's the salt grass or whatever it is there. Anyway, coming up, FSD pulls up in front of, well, in front of the handicap parking spaces. That's where he has marked that he should stop, and he does indeed do that. Okay, brake honesty off. I drive around. I didn't find a space in front I like, so I pulled around to the back, and I happened to find a spot that's right under a tree. So there you go. Was it a great drive? Yeah, it's pretty good. It could be better. The thing about turning on your turn signal to switch lanes to go into the inside lane, and as you start moving over, canceling that seems a bit dumb. Although on US 183, I realized what happened was he came up to his speed limit. And once he hit the speed limit, he says, oh wait, then why am I going to pass somebody? Because I can't pass somebody if they're going faster than me. Okay, you should have thought that before. Surely you can add up to 65. Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. All right, welcome to Walmart. This one's in Walton Way. 11 miles, 29 minutes, 258 watt, 258. Okay, so I guess the energy's up just a little bit. The car thermometer indicates it's 103. I don't think it's 103, but it's probably really close. Okay. Anything to say about FSD? You know, it started out going out Charlieville, so already I'm liking it. I can just say, yeah, bring on FSD, let them go. Let's see, we went around a car on Jollyville, and we stayed on the inside lane. So I think I might have had to use turn signal pushing back to the outside. It's a question of spacing, right? I mean, fit into the space that's there when the opportunity presents itself. Don't wait for it to close. Okay. Coming out onto Research, they have a couple of dump trucks filled with big gravel parked there on the inside lane. FSD came pretty close to those trucks before it got to the middle lane. It was uncomfortable for me, but FSD acted like he knew exactly what he was doing. So, okay, fine. Everything else, wait, what? Everything else is fine. No interventions. Other than I used turn signal once, twice. And then when we pulled into Walmart, so we're on the south entrance. On the south entrance, FSD side, he's going to turn down the drive, going to a parking space, I guess. I mean, he didn't signal he's going to do it. He just suddenly started jerking the wheel and made a right turn. Surprised me because I thought he was going to go to the north side entrance, because that's the grocery side. But whatever. I mean, that's enough to complain about, but is it bad? Not really, no. So there you go. That section, yeah, it's pretty much a B drive. You could even call it a B plus if you're being generous. No, not A. Not A. It doesn't matter, the drive down to 24-hour, you couldn't give an A. Okay? In fact, the drive down would be more like a C plus. Okay, let me get going and let me go shop, and then we'll head for home. Okie dokie, welcome home. Yay! Yes, I parked in my driveway. Awesomeness. Now, the complaint has to be, but you didn't auto park the car. But I'm not sure he even really knows for sure he's stopped, right? And it could be because I have the home link, Maybe he is trying to figure out how to activate the home link. Who knows? Okay, whatever. I love driving into my driveway. 17 miles, 33 minutes, 209 watt hours per mile. Holy cow. Okay, so the trip for today is 57 miles, 13 kilowatt hours, and the average energy is 232 watt hours per mile. Wow, that's actually pretty good. All right, so do I want to complain about anything from Walmart? This isn't a complaint, but they apparently paved Walton Way, so they haven't painted the stripes yet. It used to be that one section out at the south end, they painted it off. You're not supposed to go in it. But now that the paint isn't there anymore, it looks like everybody's lined up to turn right from there. But judging from where they had the little sticky things, I'm guessing that they'll paint it back eventually. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. That's fine. As we approach Anderson Mill, we're in the outside lane. There's a pickup on the inside lane. The pickup in the inside lane is just far enough ahead that if he turns on his brake lights, you see them. Okay, it actually is a little bit further than that, but anyway, the point is you get to see the brake lights. He turns on his turn signal, he's going to turn left. He's moving into the left turn lane. But because FSD saw brake lights, FSD is slowing down. FSD slows down from 50 to 44. Even when we go past, is that where they're turning? Doesn't matter exactly where they're turning, right? What matters is they're in the turn lane, they're going to turn. They're no longer in front of us. You can't even see the brake lights anymore. FSD is still going 44. FSD won't let go of the fact he saw brake lights. Come on, man. Okay. I felt like that happened a few times from 24-hour up to Walmart, but I wasn't really looking for it. To be fair to you guys, I wasn't looking for it. I felt it, but didn't look. Okay, so 3 or 4 times on this segment, if FSD saw brake lights, he slowed down. The first one there, that was the most onerous because eventually that car the pickup's turned. He's not in front of you at all. There are no cars in front of you, actually. Brake on, ST off, pick it up to speed, send a message. How long are you going to hold on to that guy's brake lights? I mean, seriously. Come on, man. Okay, whatever. It's FSD. Right? So it's like, oh, it's a Toyota. It's FSD. What do you want? I mean, there's been a lot of bragging on a social media platform about how great FSD is. And yet my experience is in another category. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. But it is getting better. Okay? It's not the magical cure that people like to say it is. Except they have more advanced versions of FSD. Yes. Oh, I have 12.4.1. Yeah, when am I going to get it? Oh, well, you shouldn't get it. How long do you expect me to stay with 12.3.6 then? Oh, well, that's actually a good release. It's not that great. It's not so great that I want to keep it. But okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Here I'm complaining about him reacting to brake lights. Well, I'd like to move on to another release where that might work better. I know there's a lot to ask, but if you're already delivering it to some people, then you have it in a packaged form and you can deliver it. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. It is what it is. I just noticed I'm connected to my home network. Oh, okay. I'm guessing that we're not going to get anything. Oh, we're checking for updates, although it's under navigation data. My car is up to date. There you go. No updates for you. Opa. Okay, whatever. Peace and army. All right, so from an FSD perspective, that's my one complaint today. Although there was a 40-mile-per-hour speed sign at Phoenix Auto that FSD didn't bother to read. We're going along and we're like, why does it still say the speed limit's 35? Oh, you didn't read the sign today. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. It's just the way it is. Okay. Now, on the other hand, complaining about traffic. Oh yeah. There's a Chevy Malibu. Is that what that car is? I mean, they're kind of coming up. So, construction zone is closed, finished. I forgot exactly what their words are. But they haven't increased the speed limit sign. They don't have the speed limit sign up to increase it until further up the hill. So in the meantime, I have this Malibu who's kind of like, well, I'm thinking about going by. I'm working on it. I'm in the outside lane. I'm approaching a car, and I have to make a choice: either brake on this, off, and move the car over to the left, or wait for the Malibu to figure out that eventually they are going to turn a little bit forward in retrospect. Okay, brake on, FSD off, move the car over, and guess what? Because they're seeing I'm going to get in front of them, they're speeding up. Seriously? Come on. And they sort of stay behind me all the way down Loman Ford and even on the Boggy Ford, but they never really catch up. So you're not going as fast as I am. So shut up. Go away. Interestingly enough, the car that I'm approaching, as I pull over and go by them, they turn on their turn signal, and as soon as I go by, they move over to the left too. So, Little Miss Malibu, you're holding up traffic playing around. If you're going to lead, lead. If you're not going to lead, leave people room to lead. It's that easy. Okay, onward, upward charge. So the final grade for today, I think, is a C+. I mean, FSD is great so much of the time. But when he takes that occasional left turn into trouble, oh. I mean, it's not even really bad. It's just, come on. Okay, anyway, C+, onward, upward. All right. So, today's trip was 57 miles, used 13 kilowatt hours, which translates to $1.43. And the average energy was 32. Huh, okay, I thought it was 32. Which translates to 4.3 miles per kilowatt hour. 4.3. And yes, it was hot during parts of today's trip. I don't know. Okay, so today's comparison vehicle is a Volkswagen GTI. So I picked GTI because it just I've always thought it sounded interesting. The sporty hatchback, okay? And actually, for whatever we want to call the next gen car from Tesla, which the rumors have it that's been kind of shelved. I've always thought, so I've seen some people who were just playing and they came out with basically a GTI looking car. Now, to me, that would be a really cool car to have. And if it was $25,000, oh, great, that's cheap, at least relatively speaking. But I just don't think that's going to happen. That's too bad. But I have Model 3 performance, so I got something that's even better in some ways anyway. But the styling of the GTI or the Golf has always kind of appealed to me. It's just that it's a smaller car. Okay, so with a family, you want just a little bit more room. Okay, but anyway, there you go. So the 2022 Volkswagen GTI, combined mileage 28 miles per gallon. Wow, pretty good. So, given today's energy cost, you get 14 miles. Okay? Half of 28 is 14. But, okay, the gas tank is 13.2 gallons. That means you got a 100 to 0 range of 369. And as I was looking through some of the things, the 0 to 60 time is 5.1 seconds, which is pretty respectable. My Model 3 performance, 3.2. Okay. The weight on that GTI, 3,123. Is that what I wrote down there? 3,113. Okay. Compare that to 5072. Yes, I outweighed that GTI by 2,000, by a ton. Oh. Okay. So anyway, that's just for fun, right? It's a gas car. Everybody here knows I'm not going to drive a gas car unless I absolutely have to. But there's also the e-Golf. The e-Golf energy efficiency is 2.8 miles per kilowatt hour. Really? So, not great. But it's a relatively old car. Wait, my Model 3 is 2020. Yeah, they're only 2 years apart. Okay. Brand new, the range was 126 miles. Okay, so it sounds like a great... So you can only buy it used. You can't buy an e-Golf new. And I've heard people talking about getting 90, 80 miles range. The bad news with the e-Golf is it's a air-cooled battery, so to speak. Or, as somebody else said, it's not thermally managed, meaning it doesn't have some form of liquid going through the battery, cooling it off. And that shouldn't say going through the battery, but passing by the cells. Okay, but still, an e-Golf is a Golf. The GTI is a Golf. So there's plenty of performance parts you can put onto one of these cars. So it just sounds cool. But will it keep up my Model 3? No, not even closest to dreams. But for going back and looking at how far did we go today? 57 miles. So let's say my range was 65 miles. Yes, I could do that. I could do that drive. Is it worth paying, what is it, $17,000 for? No. And I know way back when I was first looking, they were around $9,000. But the caveat of it being an air-cooled battery always bothered me. And of course, it's been replaced by the ID4 in the US. I mean, really, the ID3 is the real replacement, but we're not going to the ID3 because Americans don't buy hot hatches. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. There you go. If you found an e-Golf for a ridiculously low price and you could afford to fix it, yeah, sure, buy it. But if it's going to be your primary driver, no, buy a Model 3. Okay? It's that easy. Onward, upward, charge.